Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the sensational, the improvisational, the transformational Doctor. You can't suck it. Yes, thank you so much. You can't suck it. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck that I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by somebody named Zeelartin. And so I was poking around, just taking a look to see what was new, and this deck looked new. It looked interesting. It looked like nothing else I'd seen before. So let's take a look at what the cards are that are in this deck. We'll try to figure out how this thing works, and we'll see how well it comes together. At the low end, we've got Sunset Revelry. Sunset Revelry costs you 2 mana, and it can give you up to 3 different things. It can give you 0 if you play it wrong, right? But if an opponent has more life, you gain 4 life. If an opponent controls more creatures, you get 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. And if an opponent has more cards in their hand, you get to draw a card. So if you play it right, you get a bunch of stuff. Otherwise, you get some stuff or nothing. Reckoner Bankbuster is a vehicle artifact you put out for 2. To be able to crew it, you got to pay 3, but even more so, it has 3 counters on it. You can remove a counter, pay 2 mana, and tap it to draw a card and lose a counter. Eventually, once you lose all your counters, you can put out a 1/1 colorless pilot, and you create a treasure token. And that pilot has the ability to crew this vehicle. So if you got another dude, you can crew it early. Otherwise, you wait for the pilot to come out, at which point you crew it them. We got Brokers Ascendancy, which costs you 3 to put out. But once it's out at the beginning of your end step, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. So this is a fantastic card for the BANT card set, especially if you can have a bunch of creatures out and planeswalkers. And I see a bunch of planeswalkers. All right, we've got Circuit Mender. This guy, I feel so bad for him because it's like his job is pretty much just to come into play and die. He costs you 3 to put out. He's a 2/3. When he comes into play, you gain 2 life. When he leaves, you draw a card. If you're going to throw anything in front of anything, make it a speed bump, it's Circuit Mender. Sorry, little guy. We got Karn's Silex, which is an artifact that comes out for 3. It enters the battlefield tapped, and players can't pay life to cast spells. So none of that Phyrexian ability, right? Or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. Okay. Let's see. But you can pay X and tap this thing to destroy each non-land permanent with a mana value of X or less. So it is an excellent board wipe. That because it's an artifact, can go into every type of deck and keeps Phyrexian abilities down low. Yeah, so far, look what we've got here. Artifact. All right, we got Depopulate, which wipes the board. If someone's playing multiplayer with a multi-creature card, then they get to draw a card, and then you destroy all the creatures. We do not have any multicolored creatures that I can see. This one's colorless. Yeah, nothing like that. All right, so here comes our first Planeswalker. It's Tezzeret. Costs you 4 to put out, and is 4 for its loyalty. The first activated ability of an artifact you activate each turn costs 2 less to activate. Well, that's excellent. I didn't realize that. So you could always pump, I guess, into Silex an additional 2 when Tezzeret is out. And apparently then you can play Reckoner Bankbuster for free. Nice. All right, good job, Tezzeret. That's way better than I thought. Anyways, +1, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. I can tell you from sneak peek spoiler ahead, discarding an artifact card, even a good one, is okay because most likely we're going to be returning that stuff back from the graveyard to the battlefield at a different time. -2 for it is target artifact becomes an artifact creature. If it isn't a vehicle, it has a base power and toughness of 4/4. We'll look for some artifacts later on. I guess you can turn the Karn's Silex into a 4/4 and start attacking people with it. -6. is you get an emblem that says whenever an artifact you control becomes tapped, you draw a card. So if you get this guy up to 6, that might be well worth it because you're going to probably have a lot of artifacts to tap. Teferi, who slows the sunset, costs you 4, and he's got 4 for loyalty, +1. Choose up to 1 target artifact, 1 target creature, 1 target land. Untap the chosen permanents you control, and then tap the chosen permanents you don't control. You gain 2 life. Okay. Tap the chosen permanents you... Okay, untap the chosen permanents you control. So that means you can probably double your mana then. That sounds pretty sweet. -2, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 of them in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Okay. And lastly, his emblem says untap all permanents you control on each opponent's untap step, and you draw a card during each opponent's draw step. So if you like, emblem on Teferi is really good, just like the emblem on Tezzeret. So you can start building towards those guys' emblem. I highly recommend it. Karn, the Living Legacy, is 4 for a 4. I'm starting to notice a pattern here. +1, create a tapped Power Stone token, and those things you can tap for a colorless mana. That mana cannot be spent to cast a non-artifact spell. The funny part is we don't have that many artifact spells, do we? It's pretty much just Mirrorshell Crab and a few things down there. But anyways, let's keep going. -1, pay any amount of mana, look at that many cards from the top of your library, put 1 of those in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. So that's pretty cool. And lastly, -7, tap 1 untapped artifact you control. This emblem deals 1 damage to any target. So the emblem, once again, really good. Provided you got a bunch of artifacts hanging around. Sunblade Samurai. So I was thinking maybe this guy was an artifact. Nope, he is just an enchantment. He is a 4/4 with vigilance for 5. Okay? But you can cast him out of your hand. That's what the channel does for 2. Discard him, at which point you can search for a basic Plains card reveal and put it in your hand, and you gain 2 life. Thing is, though, is that putting this guy into your graveyard, not a bad deal because of Brilliant Restoration. We'll get to that in a bit. Mysterious Limousine costs you 5 to put out. It's a 4/4 vehicle. You crew for 2. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 other target creature until the Mysterious Limousine leaves the battlefield. And it says if a creature is put in exile away, return each other card exiled with Mysterious Limousine to the battlefield under its owner's control. So basically, anytime you put it on the battlefield or attack, it gets to act like the Brutal Cathar, and it takes the dude and holds them. The only problem is that anytime you pick somebody else up, you got to drop somebody off. So you got to determine whether or not the guy you're holding on to is better or worse than the guy you want to pick up. We got Urza, Assembled the Titans, which costs you 5. And you could read ahead by jumping to any of the chapters in here. But number 1 is you scry 4, and then you may reveal the top card of your library. If it is a Planeswalker card, you can put it into your hand. And then on the next turn, you may put a Planeswalker with a mana value of 6 or less from your hand into the battlefield without paying for it. And that would be any of the Planeswalkers you have. Lastly, you may activate the loyalty abilities of your Planeswalker you control twice this turn rather than only once. So that will really help you ramp up into potentially Emblem Town with your dudes. All right, we got Tamiyo, the Compleated Sage, who costs you 5 to put out, but 1 of that could be 2 life instead if that's what you wanted to do, because she is a Phyrexian. I think this Karn Silex would prevent that, but you know, you got to make that choice for yourself. Let's see. So she comes out with 5 loyalty on her. +1, tap up to 1 target artifact or creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. You're going to play that against your opponents, most likely. -X, exile target non-land permanent card with a mana value of X from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card. If you got stuff in the graveyard you really want it back for some reason, you can do that. -7 is a colorless artifact token that says spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, tap it to draw a card. So it's a pretty decent ultimate ability as well. Now we finally got to Brilliant Restoration. That costs you 7 to play it, but it will return all artifact and enchantment cards from your graveyard to your hand. So if any of your enchantments and artifacts are in your graveyard, this will just bring it back. We got 2 of those. So if you need to wipe the board, feel free to do so. The only thing we're not bringing back is like planeswalkers out of this thing. We got the Mirrorshell Crab, who is an artifact. So he's one of those guys you can easily channel him. And we'll get to what that is in a bit. And then just bring him back with Brilliant Restoration later on. 5/7 is impressive, but also being able to play him for 2 different abilities is also great. So he costs 7 to put out as a creature. And you'll get a 5/7 with Ward for 3. So 3 is really hard to work around sometimes. People may have a really hard time getting rid of them. But you can use this guy by channeling him out of your hand, paying 3. And so you discard him and counter target spell or ability unless his controller pays an additional 3. So that is a rough counter spell to get around. So yeah, feel free to drop this guy as a counter spell and then just plan on Brilliant Restoration and bringing him back. In the land category, we've got Kamigawa White, which does 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. We got Kamigawa Blue, which bounces stuff. Kamigawa Green, which disenchants stuff. A bunch of basic lands. We've got a bunch of semi-fast dual lands. We got the slow cycling lands, but are tri-lands. And then this is one that, what is it called? A dual landfall card, what this is. I don't really know why we need this. Probably just we're going for, you know, another tri-land, I suppose. Because there's nothing in here that handles because of landfall. But there's one in there, so you got it. You gain a life out of the deal too. Anyway, so apparently with this deck, we are planning on, let's see, what does this thing even do? Gaining some life, wiping the board a few times, putting out some little dudes, and getting them bigger and bigger. Hopefully maybe wiping the board once or twice, and then bringing them all back and coming in for the slaughter. Let's see if we can make it happen. All right, we're playing against Vampire Penguin. 2 great words that go great together. 1, 2, 3. Deep. All right, we are going to have to depopulate to clear the board of all of this life gain. I'm sure we'll see Voice of the Blessed at some point. Of course, he's playing with blue, which means there's probably some counter spells in the mix here. All right, let's go fast blue so we can put out a Circuit Mender. I got life. I got life. I got life. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, another depopulate. Let's see if we can just take out Wandering Emperor there. Okay. Bait him into putting out some other stuff, maybe. End of the turn. Whenever I start talking about baiting people, it always goes horribly wrong for me. So don't listen to what I have to say about it. I care. I'm going to blow that guy away anyway. Give my card. Land, another land would be really nice. Okay. Alright, so we're at 4 mana. Here's going to be 5. What are we pulling here? This will be Forest Plains. Probably should get a Forest while we're at it. Double strike with striker double. Alright, so we can now deal 3 points of damage in the first turn. Okay, kill them both now. Good damn trample. What do I got in here? Not enough good stuff, I'll tell you that. That guy's kind of a super jerk. Big problem is that guy up there. Let's see, what does this guy do? Because don't care. Brought 2 cards, don't care. Is this really our only big thing we could do here? Discard an artifact. Sure, let's do that. It'd be nice when that guy comes bouncing back here in a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so we're prepared for the restoration. We got 0. And we got a blocker. Alright, so there is number 7. Let's go ahead and start with the Depopulate. Draw a card, 3 cards. What are we going to get rid of? Let's get rid of this particular artifact and put out a Circuit Mender to give us some life. And let him get pumped. Alright, things are starting to look a little bit juicier over here. Let's see, this guy has his deal, right? Yeah, sure. Was that going to cost me Ward 1? Do I have one? Yeah, I do. Next 2 attackers. Go get him, Circuit Mender. What's Tezzeret got here? He's going to come. He's got vigilance. Why not, right? All right, let's just see if we can draw here, because I can tell you the Sunset Revelry's not that big of a deal here. 1, 2. And And let's go ahead and let Tezzeret do some stuff here. Select one target artifact. I'm not going to do that. Let's... I don't know. That guy... Yes. Got a lot of word going on there. Alright, next to combat, next to attackers. Let's go ahead and send these two right over there, and these two up to here. Yeah, we're not gonna... What is this guy anyway? He's cool. Intern. He's pumping him up. He's coming at me. He's going to Crazy Town. He's going to Super Crazy Town, and we win. See you later, Vampire Penguin. Victory! Alright, we're playing against KARRASCO-BRAZIL. KARRASCO. 1-2. That seems rough for this deck. I think I'm going to mulligan. 2 again. I will not mulligan again, though. Alright, put it this way. I'm going to go ahead and keep the Mirrorshell Crab. This can be played for 3, technically. There's a slow card, number slow. Alright, 2. We'll get this into a Reckoner Bankbuster. This guy's playing mono black. Exile 2 cards in my hand. Those are the 2. And we picked up a 3rd. That was nice of it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put that out. Oh, I don't have the mana for it. Alright, alright. Wheel of Misfortune. Let's see what we pull. What am I missing out on here? Green? Alright, well, there's some greens right there. Alright, I'm holding on to that crab, though, like it's nobody's business. Circuit Mender. And the crab's gone. What do you think I need? Like another green potentially? Let's just try that. Alright. Let's see if we can pull another card. That'd be worth it. That's not bad. And I'll attack. I bet you we're going to get this wiped out of our hand. This guy seems like he's playing discard like crazy. Oh, we don't have 2, so that's not going to work out. Let's just pass the turn. Play the Reckoner on our turn. This just costs 3. And Reckoner costs 2. We're good to go. Alright, come at me, attacking bro. Decline. Sheoldred! Do I really want to draw a card while Sheoldred's out? Cancel, we're good without it. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. He's gonna pass because he thinks I got something tricksy in my hand. There we go, there's our 2 points. And there's my tricksy card. Nice. Alright, what do I got here? Nothing to bring back? Enchantments, artifacts. Maybe. Let's just see if we can pull with this guy here first. Okay, whatevs. I'm going to go ahead and put this out as... I guess I can't. We're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need 7. That's where 7's coming from, apparently. Got 7 right here. Yeah, we could flood this thing. It'll be nice. He's only got 1 card at the moment. And he's got 2. Don't be... What is up with you? She was just sitting there looking at a keyboard or something. I know. You're panicking now. Paying that ward, huh? There you go. Freak out, little Carrasco. Freak out. Cycle! Now those are 2 cards that are not all that great at the moment. Let's crew up. Down to 7. So I've got more life, more cards, and more people. So Sunset Revelry is not going to help us out terribly much. Let's see what we can pull. Strike 4. Put on top of your card. Yeah, why not? Decline. Perfect. In turn. There you go, super buff Circuit Mender. And we win! Victory! Alright, playing against Guizera. 1, 2, 3, love it. Expensive. This guy at least costs 3. I'll put him in the middle. Remind me that he's somebody who can actually be played. Need 1 blue. That guy's got a blue. Alright, so fast man on next turn. This will become fast on the 3rd turn. We got a long way to go. Alright, 2 will get us into a nice Reckoner. Yeah, the Brilliant Restoration can bring the crab back from the graveyard. Channel, oh, I can pay 2 to use this guy. Basic planes, put in your hand, shuffle, you gain 2 life. So I can use this guy to get me planes. Well, I guess where we want to go, I suppose. Alright, 3. Let's see what this guy's got going on. We don't have a lack of mana at the moment. And a Vigilant 4/4 is pretty sweet. Not for you. Alright, I'm gonna make sure it happens. We got 3 of these dudes. Alright, so next turn we can definitely play a Samurai. We're going to crew up. Send it in 4. Get rid of that Defiler if he decides to block. Negative. What's this guy? He's a enchantment creature, which means he'll come back as well. Alright, super cool. So that means Depopulate is in my best interest. I just got to get up to 7. I've got 5. 6. Did I do it? Yeah, we're looking for land. Hello, basic planes. There we go. Alright, I'm going to really look forward to depopulating. Take my 2, heal, and depopulate. Alright, can we play this? Yes, we can. Getting shy. And the other one. Oh, the humanity. Just my plans were starting to come together. I'm playing against the TheFreyNjord. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly. 2 blue. Mulligan. That's much better. Keep. Let's put our friend to sleep. Slow. Hey there, Hootie. Slow. There's Delvo. We're playing against blue. Oh, fantastic. Alright, there's 3. Let's just start off with a little Brokers Ascendancy then. It's not helping anybody out. Okay, now he's going to try to start countering me. That's a super problem. So what do I care about at this point? Let's go for this guy, see if he panics at all. Oh, I can't play him, he's too expensive. Alright, sorry, it's you, Tezzeret. Look for that. Interesting. Sunset Revelry would actually do really good right now. Alright, let's see what he goes for. Here's Sunset Revelry. He went for it. Alright. Nope, can't play that yet. Alright, I want it for the other. We're going to go ahead and draw 2 and discard 2. Two cards down. Let's see, this is Tezzeret. Let's go for that. We're going to play a lot of guys here, apparently. Still can't do that yet. All right. We're done. Beef up, my friends. One, two, three, I can do the damage. I could go after the Insectile Aberration. Might as well try. Go ahead, attacking or blocking creature. Waste that counter spell. And phases right out, and he's gone. Alright. How are we looking over here? Are we flush? We got nothing good over there. Alright, we're going to pull that guy in, and we're going to go ahead and, not really going to help out. Let's do this. Yep, not for me. I have to discard 2 cards out of this then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the land. Let's get rid of these 2. I kind of want those other ones. Alright, all attack. Going in for your little points of damage there, my friends. And then pick up another counter while you sit on the bench. Artifacts. Enchantments, huh? Not a whole lot. Alright, let's see what we get out of this. Ooh. Let's get rid of that. Let's put this out. We're up to 7. No, not enough though. Need more white apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Let's put out a Silex. You can counter that. Alright, no tax. Just get all swole there, my friend. We're gonna have to dance around his counter spells here. Yeah. Ooh, he just blew his bank. This is our time to do it. All right, what have we got? 3 at 7. All right, we're just gonna pop it. Let's go for the attack first. There you go. Take your 4 points of damage. I got 3 mana left to pay whatever cost I have to pay. The guy phases out. That's not cool. Alright, we're into the turn. This guy's a 3. 7 again. Unfortunately, we lose the Ascendancy over this. We can put a nice Circuit Mender. We need just one more white mana would be really, really nice. Let's see what we could pull though from Planeswalker. Auto pay. Submit. White mana, huh? That looks like a good lineup. Decline. Alright, so we're going to take 4. 6, so we're down to 1. We got our white mana. Let's put this out. Watch it. Hopefully not get countered. Alright. What, you're not coming down to attack me? No Planeswalkers. Nah, I got his basic land. Good for you. All right, land and land. Fantastic, right? All right, so we've got 6 rolling on us at the moment. Let's just chill. All right, now we're in a good position. Hopefully we can hold it. I haven't seen him bouncing anything yet. You guys got flying. That's not cool. Yeah, that's not cool at all. What do we got? Anything? Not really. What we could do is see if we can draw something awesome. That's not going to do it. See if we can draw something awesome. That's going to do it. Sure, why not? All right, do I have anybody able to come back? Got Circuit Mender. Would be pretty awesome. Sure. And we win! Big winner, winner, victory dinner. All right, so here we are playing what was entitled BANT Tezzeret. And, what can I say about this? It feels like you're, I don't know, like your head's full of cotton candy while you're playing it. It's like you're on drugs or something. Like you're just really slow. It's a very kind of weird sensation to play this deck. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I just think of this as being one of the weirdest decks I've played in a long time. What was the hero of this deck? I mean, I'm not prepared to answer that question. I'm going to say Circuit Mender was fantastic. You know what it was? It was Brilliant Restoration. It was playing a bunch of these artifacts, not minding them going to the graveyard because you were fairly certain that you were going to pull them back at some point. I guess the combination of pretty much having Depopulate to just wipe the board, and then you have Brilliant Restoration to bring like half of your dudes back. That's what really made the deck sort of work for you. I mean, even the the Planeswalkers roll a little bit on the non-aggressive side. I think that's the deal, right? Because, you know, your Tezzeret really is just there for card draws, what it feels like. And yeah, you could turn artifacts into 4/4s, but you needed Karn to be able to put the artifacts out that you could turn into the 4/4s. And the problem is that that was a negative ability for Tezzeret, so it was a little on the slow side. Teferi was good because he would tap things, but it was you know, you had to be able to take advantage of it. And it was just sort of slow getting your guys. But no matter what they built, it didn't really matter. You could just kind of wipe things out again and start over. Just felt really kind of sleepy, almost like you were playing in a dream or something. Let's go ahead and rate the deck. So the deal is it competitive? And you know what? It strangely was a very winning deck. It did a really good job. Yeah, I have it like a 67% out of 6 games, and that's actually really decent. Was it fun? I'm not gonna say it was fun. It wasn't like I was like having a great time or anything. Kind of like I felt like I was in a trance. That was a weird situation. Was it interesting? Yes, it was very interesting. It was weird trying to play it. Because it wasn't like I was like, oh, this is so cool. Look at how this is working. Nor did I feel like I was trying to, like, I don't know, outclass somebody or do tricksy moves. But it was a weird deck. And I'm going to chalk that up to interesting in this situation. So if we put those things together, we've got a very competitive deck that is interesting to play, not necessarily super fun. So I'm just going to give it a flat A. Flat A. I mean, that's a good deck, and it's just weird. I'm going to keep saying that over and over again. So, yeah, weird. If you so choose to play with this deck, I hope that you find it to be just as weird as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.